Hello, my friends, my little YouTube friends. I got 2 dogs, not 1 today. Okay, enjoy the tutorial. This look takes me 15 to 20 minutes to do. So this look is heavy in contouring, just correcting the symmetry of the face. Throughout this video, you are going to see how I cut, slim, and meow, my eyes. But on that note, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much to Audible. Look where I have made it, you guys. I feel like you guys should be such like proud parents in 1 month and get a sponsored video from something that you actually use religiously. If you guys are interested in listening to my favorite book, The Alchemist, please go to www.audible.com/Hrush or text Hrush 500 500. Get your first audiobook for free plus 2 audiobook originals. Audible originals are exclusive audio titles created by celebrated storytellers from worlds as diverse as theater, journalism, literature, and so much more. This is not something that you are going to regret. I promise you, this is something that I listen to when I go to sleep. I know a lot of people say that they listen to apps or whatnot, but I listen to audiobooks. I like to read and I like to listen to what I've read because I think it's different perspectives on a story. So let me know what you guys think. Please comment down below and let me know if you read the book, if you're actually listening to my advice, because I'm giving you real life advice. Please listen to this book. It will change your perspective in life. Also, this makeup will change your perspective in beauty because you can contour in 20 minutes, baby. Are you ready to learn how to snatch your face to the gods, honey? And I'm gonna show you actually a very fast way to do it. I want you guys to understand my concept behind contouring before we move on to the higher levels. This is the type of contouring that I do when I have 15 to 20 minutes and that's all I got. It's kind of like a mishmash between foundations, creams, and contour sticks. I always get compliments on my makeup. It looks pretty flawless, I might say. I showed you guys in another tutorial how to do the setting powder of all of this, basically the highlight and the setting, like the Hrush mix. So I definitely will link that down below so I don't have to fully explain what I'm doing with that. I really want to get to the root of the contouring today so you guys can apply this video and that video, put it together, and kapow. Magic on your face, baby. What contouring is shadowing. So it's creating a shadow where you want to place it on your face. You kind of have to understand the concept of it to understand where you need to place it on your face. What works for me will not work for you unless you look like me or you have the same shape as me. I have a short nose, so I like to make my nose longer. I have chubby cheeks, so I like to really make the hollows of my cheeks really, really sharp. So if you have hollows of it, you would want to increase your cheek. I have, I would say, a relatively normal sized forehead, but I still like to make it smaller. I love a small forehead. So if you had a small forehead, you wouldn't contour your forehead. So before I get started, this is why I'm rambling on. I would like you to take your iPhone right now, not on the selfie side, the ugly side. With a flash, take a picture of yourself straight ahead, and then you look at that selfie. Pick which side you like more. This side is my preferred side, so I will mimic this side on this side. So the first thing that I'm going to do is the Henriksen, Ole, Ule, Ulala, whatever you want to call it in your household. That's what it is. Now this is amazing for dark spots. I already told you guys I have melasma, over here, over here, over here. So what I do is I just go over it and then I get really rosy cheeks. So I thought my face was clean but I guess not. That's pretty nasty considering I washed my face. After cleaning it with the Ole Henriksen, I'm going to use the Kate Somerville goat milk. So I really like to lather my face, my eyelids. And then what I like to do is massage a little heavy underneath my eyes because it's almost like lymphatic drainage. See how plump my under eyes look now? We're done with the moisturizer. Now, when I contour on the go, I don't do the contouring underneath. I do the contouring over the foundation. So the foundation I'm going to use today, I don't know if you guys have ever heard about it. It's called Stellar Foundation. One of my go-tos. I probably have 10 foundations that I have in my kit. This is definitely one of them. I have every single color wave, and 6 is for when I'm not tanned and 7 is when I'm a little bit tanned. But right now I did Sally Hansen, so I'm just taking a guess of what color I am. The brush I'm going to use to apply it is the Sigma F80 Air flat kabuki brush. This is actually amazing for foundation. I'm going to deposit it on the back of my hand. When you deposit foundation on the back of your hand before applying it directly to your face, you're giving it time to oxidize. What is oxidization? It is changing color, so you'll know if it's going to be correct for your face or not. First is sometimes when you just directly put it on your face and then you're like, surprise! It is not my color. I'm ghost face killer. Or I look super tanned and my body doesn't match. Always pump it on the back of your hand. See if the color matches your neck, and which it does. So I'm gonna grab a Z brush, and what I'm gonna do is pat the foundation into my skin. Now the reason why I'm patting it in, I'm making it stay first. Let it get sticky before you start moving it around. Now I have the tapes in. So the secret behind the tape, I'm gonna actually avoid putting too much on it. I'm gonna skip the contour part, but I'm gonna put the foundation there. Why does my dog prefer to be in my arm like this while I'm doing makeup versus being in her comfortable bed? Now I'm taking the Sigma F50 brush and I'm just buffing all that foundation out. I'm a big fan of doing the most with brushes and then moving on to the beauty blender. Now what I'm going to do is I have a little bit of foundation on. I don't want to overkill the foundation because everything else will kind of overpower it. The reason why I like to use Stellar, I love the color and I love the coverage for this certain look that I'm doing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm picking up on a Sigma Concealer F75 brush. And here's the secret, guys. You're gonna dab a little bit of moisturizer onto your brush. You're gonna place it on the back of your hand, and we are grabbing the DERMACOLOR mini palette. I've used and abused this, it's falling apart. I'm actually gonna pick up on D50 and D4. I like to mix two colors together. Remember how I said I promised you guys a cream highlight? This is a quick cream highlight situation going on. So closer to the sides of your nose, the more pinched your nose will appear. So what we're doing right now is we're building. I always like to pull it up because I like that pulled up appeal. And then I'm going to actually highlight right underneath my arch because I want my arch to look lifted. Picking up on more moisturizer, D4, D50. I like to highlight my Cupid's bow. I'm gonna go in with D3 because it's more bright and yellow. And then I like my chin to look like it's pointy and protruding. So I do this. I'm going to make a straight line on my face. And I'm going to brush the residue up because I do want the center of my forehead to be bright. Now I'm going to take a Sigma Small Duo Fiber brush. So they're all stippling brushes, and I'm just going to blend out the edge of this so it can really unite with the contour. And you don't want to move it around too much because you already placed it where your face frame was correct. Picking up on a Sigma E41 brush. This is really great for blending out hard to reach corners. Notice how I'm doing this all with one hand, you guys. Do I not get props for holding Alaya with my left hand? And then I'm actually gonna pull it in to my eye, the light shade, because I'm tired normally all the time And then when I bring in the light shade, it just kind of like makes me look more awake. I know a lot of you guys said that the professional palette that I had with Bobbi Brown is no longer available, but these sticks are available. So this is called Skin Foundation Stick in Chestnut, number 9. I'm going to pick up with the Sigma 40 HD Precision Brush. Who knew that they can make brushes into a pyramid? It's like a stippling pyramid. I'm sure people use this for blending out their concealer or whatever, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try this brush out for contouring, and guess what happened? Magica. So I like to go from the top of my brow and pull it down. I just like the center of my brows this way because I think it actually, I know it sounds crazy, but it softens my eyebrows when I bring the contour into my eyebrow. Do you guys see how easy that is? It's like nuts because it's like pointy and it's like hitting the right direction. So notice that I always start on the left side and I'm pulling it out because I like that cat eye effect. Everyone always asks me like what eyeshadow I'm wearing. I'm never really wearing any eyeshadow, truth be told. It's just the contour. Where your pupil is, you go diagonal to the right, and that's where you build it into your eyebrow, and then you pull it down and away from your arch. Now I am grabbing another pyramid brush. Pyramid! So this is the Sigma 40 HD Kabuki brush. I like to start from here, and I go under that line. The cool thing about this brush and why I like to use these brushes is it kind of does the work for you. You don't need to like blend it in. Instead of putting the product on and then blending out, you're just like indenting your foundation that way. This way you just put it on the brush and then the brush does all the blending for you, baby. I'm gonna hit underneath. Now this side, I know I said that like I prefer this side, but my throat is more swollen on this side, so I'm gonna make it a little bit darker and then I'm gonna pull it up to my ear. And honestly, who doesn't need help right over here? Everybody does. And bitch, you know I'm gonna hit that clavicle. You're gonna turn your head to the right. This is how you make your throat look thinner with contouring. You get that one line. So now I'm gonna blend my forehead in with, they say this is a blush brush, but does it look like I follow rules up in this bitch? So Duo Fiber Powder Blush F15 Sigma. I'm gonna grab it. I actually like using this for my forehead. And with my forehead, what I like to do is I like to blend it into my foundation. I understand like it's cool sometimes like just to show the transformation of contour, but there's no point of making the lines and then blending, because what you're doing with that, you're indenting your foundation and then blending it out. It's kind of like not wiping your ass with a baby wipe after you take a shit. That's what you're doing. See how pretty that blended? Oh, look what I forgot, guys. Look what I forgot. This brush actually makes the greatest blending brush, even though it's their blush brush. So I'm gonna pick back up on to the foundation now, like literally a dollop. And I'm going to beat it into my hand and I'm gonna push it up. See how vibrant and alive you look? And we are marrying concealer, foundation, and contour. I'm gonna go on my neck with this. Now that I have some foundation, I'll go and I'll blend these two in and just like kind of go over the whole face. You guys don't know how fast I do this just at home. I'm so violent with my face. Now how to get rid of this nose is you pump a little bit of Zison. I am tapping that on. It just looks good like this. But what I do is grab a little bit of honey, NARS creamy concealer, because we put the cream on and I just want to put something to like really set it on and make sure it stays there. And remember what I told you guys about the tacky thing? If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, watch my video on highlighting and my secret powder technique. But not too much. For this look, I'm not pulling it out too much. Just a little bit. I rather look like bronzy and like goddessy versus like too highlighted for this look. I prefer like the more contoured. And then we're gonna bring it closer because I really like looking like I'm not breathing. I will make one last line. As I wait for this to dry, I'm going to grab a Sigma Short Shader E20 brush and grab the Bobbi Brown, and I'm going to just line the outline of my lips. I've been reading some of my comments. Some of you shady people out there, like, what do I have to lie for? I'm so honest with everything that I do and that I am. I dissolved my lips a long time ago. I have not had injections for a very, very, very long time. The last time I injected my lips was for my best friend's wedding. And since I had septic shock, I stopped getting injections. Not only did I stop getting injections, I dissolved my entire face. Like, to me, lying is because you're scared of someone. Does it look like I'm scared of anyone, baby? I'm going to bring in the contour on the edge of my lip to the inside. And I'm gonna go one more time with the Precision Sigma for the nose. I don't know why I like double contouring the nose. I just wanna make sure it's there. And also, if you like to lift up your nose, you should shade it dark over here. So I'm gonna take this brush and I'm gonna blend my lip in. So now this is all blended. I like to have extremely damp beauty blenders, and remember my rule about picking up product first before going in for the blend. And I'm just going to pat that in. You're creating a frame on the perimeter of your face, and then just pat it over my eyelids. Before blending it, let it set, let it dry a little bit. Honestly, I've been on my comment section and I see you guys saying that like you'd listen to me read a recipe book. So Audible, I would love to read a book for you in my voice. A lot of you guys have been asking me like, what books do I read? What keeps me so uplifted? And I love to read a book because I feel like the information really gets set into your brain when you're reading a book. Sometimes I don't have time. And the back of the beauty blender, where we're just gonna like tone down the lip a little bit. Now we're gonna set the face. Sometimes I don't have time and I listen to Audible. One book that I have been listening to on Audible is The Alchemist. And I think that anyone that is spiritual or on a spiritual journey needs to read this book. I don't want to ruin the ending for you, but it was probably the first book that I read where I had my awakening and I was like, what the f am I doing in life? And I think that book opened up so much more for me. So I've read that book and it was very interesting to listen to it on Audible too, because it was so dear to my heart at like such a sensitive time. And I loved it and it gave me such a positive outlook on life. And just listening to it just gave me a different vibe. So you guys should definitely check out The Alchemist on Audible. And you guys already know that I showed you how to bake, but the good thing about being a professional makeup artist, you really come across a lot of cool tools and cool different ways. Like you get inspired by different people just to like do your makeup differently. And how sick is this sponge? It's like a pizza. So it's from Kryolan. I'm dipping into the Hrush mix. And I'm not doing it with a wet beauty blender this time because I didn't give like heavy coverage. So when you do it with a powder puff, you actually get heavier coverage versus a beauty blender, just to let you guys know. So if you're gonna like be on stage for whatever reason, it's your wedding day, so on and so forth, and you're gonna cry, or you're just a emotional wreck all the time, set your powder with a powder puff, not a beauty blender. And then I'm gonna set my eyes, forehead. Now, I will switch to the thicker part and press all over my face. So the reason why I like to put setting powder everywhere, I know some people are like, what if I have dry skin? Babe, you can still do it, just don't overdo it. Like, look at how lightly I'm putting it on. So I know I showed you guys a different way to do the rest of it by wiping it off. I know I don't have a lot of coverage liquid-wise, so I have to build it with powder. Believe it or not, this was sent to me in a PR package. Now, the day of the C Eyewear party, my friend that was supposed to come do my makeup got arrested while driving to me. Freak accident. And I had no makeup. Like literally, I was probably 2.5 hours, if not 2 hours and 45 minutes late to my own party. I was so upset. I was left in downtown with no makeup. Now, you would think like, oh, let her drive, pick up her makeup, the type of traffic that it was. There was no way I was making it back. The girl that was doing my hair was like, you can use my makeup kit. So basically I showed up to the CE party wearing other people's makeup that was not correct for my tones. Some way, somehow that shit worked. You gotta make it work, right? In that process, I found out about Aquasurance Compact Foundation. Now this is super duper affordable. It's by JCat. The color that I'm using is called medium beige. The way I like to put it on is with a tapered face brush, again from Sigma. I'm just going to tap it in. Remember you guys, I like to pat first before I blend out. And it's like the color you're putting in between the contour and the highlight. You're not placing it on the contour, you're not placing it on the highlight. It's called like the saturation tone. It's the color that basically weds your contour and your highlight. So I'm patting it in. See how pretty that is? Like I was so shook by this powder, you guys. I have major ADD problems when I got this offer because like I genuinely use Audible. To get a sponsorship by them is insane. And then to get the opportunity to give it to you guys is even crazier because I think reading books and just listening to books really has heightened my spirituality, my intellect, my acceptance of people. Like I understand different situations differently. Like you don't understand how much this book means to me. Go read The Alchemist. If you're too lazy to read, please listen to The Alchemist on audible.com/Hrush. You can also text Hrush to 500-500. You have to listen to this book. It will literally alter your perspective on how you look at things. And again, this was the first book that I read and then recently I listened to on Audible and I had two different perspectives on it. Let me continue contouring my face, honey. Setting powder is set, honey. So now I'm going to go into the Marc Jacobs. It's called the Tantalize. I am picking up on a Samey brush 1.3, picking up a little bit. I dust off always, downward stroke. Notice how I don't bring it up, downward stroke. Now what this does, this color is like a little bit more grayish. Gray casts shadow. And then the chestnut is like the vibrance of it all. Remember this that I'm doing heavier, a little bit on my forehead. So now I'm picking up on a Morphe M433 brush with the same Tantalize. And I am just going to follow that line I created with the chestnut, Bobbi Brown. It's like intensifying it, and a lot with like the look that the quick contour look that I do. I don't really use eyeshadows. I'm just gonna go over very lightly what I did. And this is defining my crease. Remember the Serge Lutens that I talked about? It's heavenly. So I'm just gonna use it to warm up my face. Again, it has like a sheer texture, so I really love it. And then I'm gonna blend all of it together with the residue. So now I am going to pick up on a powder from Surratt. It's the Loose Powder Compact, and it comes a little bit something like this. It has like a weird like net over it, and I'm picking it up with a Sigma F35 brush. Now this shit like really brightens your shit up without flashback. This really like brightens up your whole situation. I'm gonna put it in the center of my forehead. The way this photographs is very buttery, honey. Move on to a shimmery bronzer. This is from Galactic Luminous Face Powder in Deep. This is what it looks like. I love Galactic. I don't know if you guys have used it, but it's amazing. And I'm using the Sigma powder blush brush again. I'm picking up a little, and I'm only gonna place it in between the highlight and the contour. It gives like a nice little sheen. I'm going to grab a blending brush with this powder. I'm going to blend in to my crease, but the lower part now. It's really good to do this because it's super monochromatic. And again, I'll run it down just really quickly down my nose. Galactic Natural Face Glow. I'm going to pick up on a Cian Richards London brush, Classic 20, and I'm just going to run it like kind of like right underneath my pupil and just lower it. Cupid's bow, chin, where the arch of my brow is, right above it. I am grabbing a Morphe M509 brush and the Natasha Denona Blush Duo in Tutu number 2. This is actually one of my favorite blush tones ever. Remember, baby, the girl that commented, I want to like you, but do I like you? And I like to go in the forehead too, and the chin. I believe color should be all around. So I'm going to pick up one last time, close my eyes, and give it a little warmth with the blush. So now, picking up with a Sigma high cheekbone highlighter brush. So on the same palette for the Natasha Denona, there is a lighter tone. Picking up, tap, 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 and blend out a little bit on my brow bone. So now with the same color, I'm going to grab on a Sigma E30 pencil brush with the lighter color, sorry. And I am just going to hit that inner corner just to make it like super bright. I'm also gonna go down the bridge of my nose. Over here, I like to lift it up so I make a straight line across. Enhance that Cupid's bow, and right here below this part, I'm gonna enhance as well. Also, brow bone. This is Cover FX Dewy Finish Setting Spray. Shake weight it up. Let that set. While that's setting, I'm gonna move on to my lips. And have been obsessed with this lip liner since it launched. The Carly Bible, I think it's called Bible. Yeah, let's just double check. I know it's called just Bible, but yeah, waterproof lip liner, Bible. I'm not gonna go on the line where the contour is. I'm gonna go right above it. Done. This color is one of my favorite colors in life. I don't care if it's drugstore. I don't care if it costs 2 cents. 645 HD Forever from Revlon Ultra HD Matte Lip Color. You're welcome. It is my favorite. And I'm just gonna place it in the center. This lip color literally does not crease. Using a Sigma Bent Liner B12. So what this is, it literally is a bent eyeliner brush. I'm going to go in with the Bobbi Brown black ink. And when you have a bent brush, it's so much easier to apply. I know you're not supposed to do this, but I do it on my own. I like to do thinner on the inner corner, and then I kind of like to smudge it out because I like an ombre effect of the dark. I'm going to pick up on a Sigma wedged liner, and I'm actually picking up just on a regular black shadow, dusting it off, going to hit the corner of my eye, and I'm gonna bring that up. So then you go from the top and you bring it in with eyeshadow. So it's like a softer wing. Now let's jump onto the other eye. So now I have the eyeliner done. Let's jump onto the lashes. I know everybody has been consistently asking me what lip color I have been wearing. Lip liner Bible, Forever Revlon HD Matte Lipstick, and then we have been doing the Shameless Lip Gloss by Artist Couture. So I just like to put it on the center, baby. I never like to do gloss all across. How cute were these clips by Kitsch and Justine Marjan. They really keep your hair together. I just like my hair super duper sleek, even though I have really curly hair. But I really do think that straight hair is so fitting. And there you go. This is my fast contour look. Thank you guys so much. We hit 100,000 subscribers. I'm shook. Thank you. I love you all very much. Love you. Mwah.